Dear President Weiner, dear Tova, dear distinguished guests, dear friends, I want to take you back a little over 28 years. In some ways, it seems like yesterday to me. When change swept Eastern Europe in the late 1980s, I sensed a great opportunity. I dreamed of rebuilding the once great Jewish communities that had been destroyed by the twin evils of Nazism and communism. So I opened Jewish schools and assumed responsibility for supporting those schools. In Budapest and Warsaw, Prague and Moscow, Sofia and Bucharest, young Jews began to learn about the glories of their past and the promise of their future. One of the Jewish values I wanted to teach was the importance of taking responsibility for one's fellow Jews. For me, this is one of the most important values, and it drove me to open and support my schools. That is what I wanted to share with young Jews across Europe. But this also presented a problem. I know you can't take responsibility for other people if you don't first take responsibility for yourself. And I know that my support for other people's schools would make it easier for those other people to avoid taking responsibility for themselves. How then would the parents and children of my school learn the great Jewish value of responsibility, first for themselves and then for others? I therefore understood that my foundation needed to work hard from day one, not only to teach these children and graduate them from schools, but to graduate the schools from my foundation. It is only when a community takes care of itself in leading and funding its own school that my vision of teaching important Jewish values has succeeded. 28 years after creating my foundation, I am finally proud to witness the graduation of a school. The Laude-Reut school in Bucharest is grown up and is now ready to take care of itself. This is the fulfillment of my vision, and it gives me tremendous satisfaction. At the same time, it does not surprise me that Bucharest is the first community to take this step. There are three reasons for this. First, the Bucharest Jewish community is a proud, strong community. It is true that the Holocaust and the following decades of oppression shrunk the community in numbers and knowledge. But it's also true that nothing could shrink the community's pride and its commitment. Second, the Jews of Romania have benefited from great leadership over the past decades. First, with Dr. Kajal, of blessed memory, and now with Dr. Weiner. The Federation of Jewish Communities of Romania is led with vision and stability, and most importantly, is led with what we Jews call a neshama, with soul. Finally, the third reason why I'm not surprised that the Laude-Reut school is the first of our schools to grow up is its extraordinary leader, Tova Ben-Nun. Tova, we have worked together for more than 2 decades. I remember first meeting you and realizing immediately that you shared my dream of reaching out to young Jews and changing their lives. Since that time, with the support of my foundation, you have built a wonderful kindergarten and school, and you should be proud that your school is the first to grow up and stand on its own feet. After today, although the Laude School will graduate from our network, we will always remain friends. There are many ties that bind us together, including your partnership with the Lauder School of Government at IDC in Herzliya. I wish many more years of continued success for both you and for the school. My dear friends, I'm sorry I could not be in Bucharest today, but my warmest thoughts are with you. Thank you, and Mazel Tov.